Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be Alone with a Man number 11, and we're going to be talking. It seemed like the sports did pretty good, so we'll be talking about my hometown teams. We're going to talk about being a poser, because I've been called one lately, and it's kind of weird. I mean, you see all this metal shit all around my room. Been listening to heavy metal since I first discovered Iron Maiden back in like 87. I think I was 12, so 1987, right around there. And talking about doing shorts, talking about this long format, talking about the soundtrack to World War III, and maybe a couple other things. Maybe we'll have a visit from one of the space aliens tonight. I don't know. And let's kick it off with a little bit of Infernal Insight.
Infernal Insight.
Alright, here's one of my more favorite bands. Anthrax, Frank Bellow. He's saying that playing Yankee Stadium with the Big Four was one of the highlights of my career. If I'm going to see Anthrax, I'm expecting to get in some type of pit. I think they would have been better playing at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, you couldn't have got as many butts in the seats for it. I think your fans would have had a better time. I remember seeing Slayer at Madison Square Garden, and I didn't do it, but I was there. Started a bonfire. They ripped up the seats, and there was a fire in the middle of the pit, and it was the most metal thing in the world I had ever seen. I think I was 12, 13. My dad took me. Thanks, Dad. To go to a baseball stadium and have to sit in the seats. Now, I've done this at a Slayer concert, and it was... Okay, the place was amazing. It's here in Houston somewhere. I can't remember the name of it right now. But there was no pit, but the sound was amazing. It was on the Farewell Tour. I don't think the Kings of Thrash Metal should make you sit while they play. I mean, you could have stood. I hate just standing in my seat. I think it's dumb. I can't stand when somebody gets in front of me, wants to stand because they're excited because the music's loud, and then I gotta stand. I like to sit. I'm old, okay? Just let me sit and listen to my music, or let me get in the pit and let me get hurt and let me be out of work for like a week because I got like back spasms or something. Ozzy Osbourne's Working Class Hero exhibit opens in Birmingham. What's up with these guys doing exhibits now? I mean, are we that old where we're being put in museums? I know Satiricon, something like that. Sater had this thing at a museum where it was different weird artworks, and it was his band playing the music as you walked through. They had different music to different pictures. I think it was like H.R. Geiger's artwork or something. And it was just a museum exhibit, and that's what this seems to be, is for Back to the Beginning, Black Sabbath's original lineup. Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward will reunite in the first time in 20 years yet again, and they'll be playing with Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Tool, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Hellstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and Rival Sons, all performing as part of this memento monument. But what I would like to know again is how much are you going to charge these people to go to a show? I'm saying tickets are like $1,000. It's got a bunch of old Ozzy stuff. It looks like albums. Let's see, it's albums. Cast Iron, Middle Finger, more albums, pictures of Ozzy, more pictures of Ozzy pictures, and this is just, I would not spend money just to go see pictures of Ozzy Osbourne. Nah, this is dumb, this is boring, save you money. Van Halen celebrates balance with 30th anniversary with expanded edition rarities, unleashed live tracks, and more. I've heard this is going for upwards of $400 right now. I had this album back in the 90s, and it was okay. It's a Sammy Hagar album, so expect Sammy Hagar style music. It's not that groovy, catchy stuff. I mean, I'm getting 2 CDs with the album and rarities, and a 2 LP black vinyl and 2 LP orange vinyl pressing that presents the full album on vinyl for the first time in 30 years. I think I had it on CD. I remember the little babies. They were like joined together or something. But they said that it was CGI or AI or whatever we call it nowadays. Loving You, Amsterdam, and Not Enough. It also includes a previously unreleased live clip of The Seventh Seal filmed by the Target Center in Minneapolis. I mean, it's just the same album again, though. Write some new stuff. It's like, I Can't Stop Loving You. Don't tell me what Love Can Do, Amsterdam, side 2 is Big Fat Money, Strung Out, Not Enough, Aftershock, Doing Time. And then the CD is the same stuff again, just remastered. The CD again. Blu-rays, got a couple of little videos. But to me, it's a cash grab. I don't know who would be getting this cash. Maybe Sammy, maybe Van Halen's ex-wife, former wife, however you want to look at it. But I just don't see the point in shelling out money for a CD that I had, and I don't know. I didn't care for it. I think it's one of their weaker works. Ex-Mastodon guitarist Brent Hines blasts his former bandmates as a shit group with horrible humans. Okay, look. If you get kicked out, let go, just no longer needed in the band, why would you say that they're shit? Why would you say that they're horrible humans? It doesn't make sense. To me, that you lasted that long in a supergroup, Mastodon, and you've been there since 2000. Hines has served as lead guitarist and vocalist for Mastodon alongside bassist singer Troy Sanders, drummer Brand Daler, and guitarist Bill Keller. You're a great group. After 25 monumental years together, Mastodon and Brent Hines have mutually decided to part ways. If you mutually decide it, why would you call them shit? We're deeply proud of and beyond grateful for the music and history we've shared, and we wish him nothing but success and happiness in further endeavors. We are still very inspired and excited to show for fans in the next chapter of Mastodon. They're moving on. Maybe they don't like your style anymore. But they made the best metal performance for Sultan's Curse in 2018. It just doesn't make sense. I'm Mastodon and Coheed and Cambria recently completed the Infinite arc. I saw Coheed and Cambria with opening for Iron Maiden. Didn't care for them myself, but I mean they're big. They're big enough to go out with Maiden. Brent played his final show since exiting Mastodon on March 21st with his band Fiend Without a Face at 529 in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, really haven't heard of them or anything. But if anybody knows, please put in the comments why he was let go or he left, and why is he calling his band, shit. It says it's been fun, wild fucking ride for sure. We treated a lot of things that I never in a million years would have imagined. There's been Grammys touring with our heroes like Iron Maiden, Metallica, Motorhead, and Tool. Tool's really not a hero, I don't know. I cherish all that. Like a marriage, sometimes people grow apart. I don't know. It just seems weird that he would say such horrible things about such a super cool band. Okay, and then the last part is being called a poser. And it's really mean to do that to somebody, especially if you don't know them. Because some people try really hard to be who they are and what they are. And you're calling them fake. You're calling them like they're pretending to be what they are. And some people take that really offensive, and some people take it as if it's bullying, like you're belittling them. You could have somebody, I don't know what else it applies to, but usually it's heavy metal or skaters, and people who aren't super extreme hardcore into it are considered posers. I mean, I got a wife and kids and a job that takes priority over everything I do. So this last Metallica fest or show, whatever you want to call it, I didn't go. I really wanted to. I wanted to see the band. I didn't want to spend that much money to see them, but someone comes over and I've got Metallica poster on the wall. I got Kirk's guitar on the wall. I got, I'd say about 75 record collection on vinyl. And someone was like, "Oh, you didn't go to the last concert. You're a poser, man." Dude, I've liked and disliked Metallica since the Justice album. I mean, one of my best friends from junior high would go back and forth about how great or how bad Metallica really is, and I thought they were just okay. They weren't nothing to go, run into the hills about or anything. I always thought Megadeth was better, and even that, I remember writing the band names, like how their graphics look and everything, on school books back when we wrapped them with newspaper. Now that's really dating myself right there. Put a comment down if you can remember doing that. And one of my friends was like, "Hey man, you don't even listen to those guys. Why are they on your book?" And I was thinking, well, I do have their cassette. It was the band Cro-Mags. I wasn't really a fan of them, but I loved their font. I thought it was really cool. Them and Biohazard. Always thought that the big skull thing with the spikes and all of that was really, really cool. And then the Biohazard symbol was, back in the late 80s, early 90s, we were going to get bombed just like Iran's trying to do and all that stuff. And speaking of which, you're gonna have to tune in next time, and I'll come up with a good playlist for Iran. And it's not just gonna be heavy metal. We're gonna have like Taylor Swift in there, maybe some country songs, rap songs, definitely. And that's we're gonna close it up with that. And this was Alone with a Man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things. All right, thanks.